Welcome to my channel Rare USA Coin Spot. Welcome back, coin hunters. What if a tiny 1953 Canadian 1-cent coin hiding in an old collection could be worth far more than you ever imagined? Today, we're uncovering the fascinating history, rare varieties, valuable errors, and collector secrets behind one of Canada's most talked about vintage pennies. Stay with us until the end because you might discover that a coin sitting unnoticed in your home could be a true collector's treasure. Let's dive into the incredible world of the 1953 Canadian penny and see what makes this historic coin so special. Let's get started. Have you ever wondered whether an ordinary-looking 1953 Canadian 1-cent coin sitting in an old jar, drawer, or family collection could be worth far more than its face value? Many coin collectors are fascinated by the famous 1953 Canadian penny because it represents an important chapter in Canada's numismatic history. At first glance, this small bronze coin may appear common, but certain examples have attracted tremendous attention among collectors due to their rarity, historical significance, and unique varieties. Some exceptional specimens preserved in remarkable condition have sold for surprisingly high prices, making the 1953 Canadian cent one of the most talked about vintage coins among enthusiasts. The year 1953 was especially important because it marked the beginning of a new era under Queen Elizabeth II. The first portrait of the young queen appeared on Canadian coinage, creating excitement throughout the country. However, early production challenges led to noticeable design differences that would later become highly desirable among collectors. These differences created varieties that are now carefully studied and sought after by specialists. As a result, many collectors examine every 1953 Canadian penny they encounter, hoping to discover one of the scarcer and more valuable versions. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1953 Canadian 1-cent coin is the existence of different obverse designs commonly referred to by collectors as no-shoulder fold and shoulder fold varieties. The earliest coins displayed a portrait without a clearly visible shoulder fold, while later adjustments introduced a more defined shoulder feature. These design changes may seem minor to the average person, but in the coin collecting world, small details can make an enormous difference. Rare varieties in outstanding condition often command significantly higher premiums than ordinary circulated examples. Condition is another factor that dramatically influences value. A heavily worn coin that spent decades in circulation may only attract modest interest, while a coin with sharp details, original luster, and minimal marks can become highly desirable. Professional grading services carefully evaluate these characteristics, assigning grades that help determine market value. Collectors are often willing to pay substantial amounts for top-grade examples because finding a coin that has survived more than 70 years in near-perfect condition is exceptionally difficult. The excitement surrounding old coins often comes from the possibility of discovering something unusual. Minting errors, striking anomalies, off-center designs, die cracks, and other production irregularities can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. While not every 1953 Canadian cent contains such features, error coins continue to generate intense interest within the numismatic community. These unique pieces tell a story about the minting process and provide collectors with something truly different from standard circulation issues. Many people inherit coin collections from parents or grandparents without realizing what they own. Hidden among common coins could be a well-preserved 1953 Canadian cent that deserves closer inspection. This possibility fuels the excitement of coin hunting. Collectors enjoy searching through old albums, jars, estate collections, and forgotten boxes because valuable discoveries can still happen. The thrill comes not only from potential value, but also from uncovering a tangible piece of Canadian history that has survived across generations. Beyond monetary worth, The 1953 Canadian penny carries historical significance. It reflects a period of national transition, changing royal imagery, and evolving minting technology. Every scratch, mark, and detail tells a story about where the coin may have traveled and whose hands it may have passed through. For many collectors, this connection to history is even more rewarding than financial value. Owning a vintage coin from such an important year creates a direct link to the past that few modern objects can provide. Before spending any old Canadian coin, it is always wise to examine it carefully. A closer look at the date, design variety, condition, and any unusual features could reveal something special. While most 1953 Canadian 1-cent coins are not worth millions, certain rare varieties and exceptionally preserved examples can be worth significantly more than their original face value. That is why collectors continue searching for these historic pennies today. The next time you come across a 1953 Canadian cent, take a moment to inspect it. You might be holding a fascinating piece of history that has captured the attention of collectors for decades. The fascination with the 1953 Canadian 1-cent coin continues to grow because many collectors believe that the most exciting discoveries are often hiding in plain sight. Unlike modern coins that are produced in massive quantities and quickly forgotten, vintage coins carry stories from another era. Every 1953 penny has traveled through decades of history, passing from one owner to another while witnessing major changes in society. This historical connection is one of the reasons collectors eagerly search through old collections, looking for rare examples that may have been overlooked for years. When discussing valuable coins, many people focus only on price, but experienced collectors understand that rarity is often more important than face value. A coin may have started as a simple 1-cent piece, yet if only a limited number of high-quality examples survive today, demand can become extremely strong. The 1953 Canadian cent has earned a special place in the hobby because collectors appreciate both its historical importance and its distinctive varieties. As interest in Canadian coinage continues to increase, well-preserved examples frequently attract attention whenever they appear on the collector market. Another reason these coins remain popular is the mystery surrounding old family collections. Across Canada and around the world, countless jars, albums, and coin boxes remain tucked away in attics, closets, and storage rooms. Many owners have never taken the time to inspect their coins closely. This creates excitement because valuable varieties can remain undiscovered for decades. Stories of collectors finding impressive coins in inherited collections inspire others to examine their own coins more carefully, hoping to uncover a hidden treasure. The artistry of the 1953 Canadian penny is also worth appreciating. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represented a fresh beginning for Canadian coinage and symbolized a new chapter in the nation's history. The detailed design reflects the craftsmanship of the engravers who worked to create a portrait that would appear on millions of coins. Even today, collectors admire the elegance of the design and the historical significance behind its creation. These artistic qualities help explain why interest in the coin has remained strong for so many years. Collectors often spend years studying tiny details that most people would never notice. A slight difference in lettering, a small variation in the portrait, or a unique minting characteristic can dramatically increase collector interest. This attention to detail transforms coin collecting into a fascinating blend of history, research, and detective work. Every coin presents an opportunity to learn something new, and the 1953 Canadian cent offers plenty of opportunities for close examination and study. Market demand also plays a major role in determining value. As more collectors compete for scarce examples, prices can increase significantly. Coins with attractive surfaces, strong detail, and original color are particularly desirable because they are becoming increasingly difficult to find. The passage of time naturally reduces the number of high-quality survivors, making exceptional specimens even more appealing to serious collectors. This combination of rarity and demand helps explain why some vintage Canadian pennies attract so much attention. Many beginners enter the hobby after hearing stories about valuable old coins. They quickly discover that coin collecting is about much more than money. It is a journey through history, culture, art, and economics. The 1953 Canadian penny serves as an excellent example because it combines all of these elements in a single coin. Whether a collector owns one example or an entire collection, each coin provides an opportunity to connect with an important moment in Canadian history. Professional grading has become increasingly important in the coin market because it provides buyers and sellers with a standardized assessment of quality. Coins that receive top grades often command the highest premiums because collectors trust the grading process. A 1953 Canadian cent with exceptional preservation can stand out dramatically from ordinary circulated examples. This difference in condition often explains why two coins with the same date can have vastly different market values. Era coins continue to generate excitement among collectors because they are unique reminders that no manufacturing process is perfect. Occasionally, coins emerge with unusual characteristics such as doubled designs, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other minting anomalies. These unusual features make each era coin different from every other example. Collectors enjoy searching for these oddities because they add another layer of rarity and intrigue to an already fascinating hobby. As the years pass, surviving examples of historic coins become increasingly important pieces of cultural heritage. The 1953 Canadian penny is more than a simple coin. It is a small artifact that reflects a specific moment in time. It reminds us of changing monarchs, evolving designs, and the everyday transactions of previous generations. Holding such a coin creates a direct connection to history that few collectibles can offer. For anyone interested in coin collecting, the lesson is simple. Never ignore old coins without examining them carefully. A coin that appears ordinary at first glance may possess qualities that make it desirable to collectors. Taking the time to inspect dates, varieties, condition, and unusual features can lead to surprising discoveries. Even when a coin is not exceptionally valuable, the knowledge gained through the process can be rewarding and enjoyable. The enduring popularity of the 1953 Canadian 1-cent coin proves that remarkable stories can be found in the smallest objects. From its connection to Queen Elizabeth II and its famous design varieties to its appeal among modern collectors, this humble penny continues to capture attention more than 7 decades after it was minted. Whether you are an experienced collector or a curious beginner, the search for rare and historic coins remains an exciting adventure filled with history, mystery, and the possibility of discovering something truly special.